Hello guys, and welcome back to another Ark Nova gameplay analysis. As I promised in the last video, I will review a Marine Worlds game today. I played around 10 games against JD, which used to be a top player of Ark Nova, won 2 seasons in the game, but obviously is very washed now with only 600 elo or even lower than that. Of course, just banter. He will probably rise up to master level pretty fast again. And yeah, I don't remember the game exactly, but just looking at the score and the turn counts, I think it might be an interesting game to watch. And obviously, most of you will not have played as many Marine Worlds games as we did in the base game. And I think it's just interesting to look at some things, some tactics you can do with the expansion. Yeah, so let's jump right in. I did change something in the video settings because in the last video it was not really enjoyable to watch for you. Every time I clicked play, there was a short black screen. So now it should be better. And yeah, we're playing with mirror maps here. So both players on Research Institute. I am first player, and we're also watching from my perspective because I want to learn from these videos ideally. And yeah, as you know, in Marine Worlds, you get special action cards with special abilities. You start with 3 cards, choose one, draft the other 2 cards to your opponent, and so on. Basically, you end up with 3 cards again and choose 2 of those 3 cards in the end, which will then replace your normal action cards we're used to from the base game. Also, no news to you probably, but we've got the 4th uni with the find an animal species tag icon. And yeah, that's about it. Obviously, all the new cards we hopefully see in this game. We have primates, predators, and Australia as base projects. ×2 here on 5 CP could be interesting, and at 8 CP uni or 10 money. Uni not too interesting on this map because you get 1 for free, and maybe you want to start with a uni, so that might be not too interesting, but also might encourage me to start with partner zoo and don't even spend an action to get a uni, rather get the uni here on the ground and the one at 8 CP maybe. First, we have to decide between these action cards here. So the first card, animals, is already quite interesting. I tend to like it a lot. In the early game, when the card is not upgraded, you get 2 discount on the first animal you play. And later, if money is not that tight anymore, you can pay 2 or even 4 money to gain 1 or 2 appeal for your animals. So this is just a nice boost. Should give you around 5, 6 to 10 appeal in a game maybe, if you upgrade it early enough and are wealthy enough. Then we have the sponsors card, which lets you, talking about the blue card now, discard 1 sponsor card to take 1 sponsor card from the display into hand. So usually you want to play the sponsor cards you keep or draw, but obviously situational, it can be good if you draw a bad sponsor card and there's a good one on display to take it with this action card. But I'm not even sure if I played it more than once, so I'm not a huge fan of it. And with the upgraded version, you can discard 1 card if you're breaking only, though. for money to get a marketing, which is nicer, I think. You get money, you advance the break, and you can use that action to play a sponsor card. So often with upgraded sponsors, you're maybe thinking, okay, I'd like to play the card, but I also need to advance the break, or I need money. And with this, it's just very versatile because you can do everything. And the last one is association. You get 1 X marker if the action strength of your card is higher than the value of the task performed. And later upgraded, you can make 1 donation as usual, but you pay 1 less for each X marker you have. At first I like this card because you can just cycle a Soch up to 5 and then take a partner zoo or uni and get X tokens like that. But lately I've not used it that often because I think there's other way better cards. So I think now, don't know what I did in the game, but now I take the animals card here. Yeah, and I do take it. And we get the cards card that lets you snap already at strength of 3 or 4 with the unupgraded card, and with the upgraded card you can snap twice at 5 or even already with strength 2. Not too bad, but if I used it, I didn't take too much advantage out of it. And we get another animals card, which lets us mark animals. And later, if we play one of those animals, we get 1 reputation. Could be an interesting card, but the other animals card, animals 3, is much stronger, I think. So probably keep the cards card here. And we get back the association card. So probably take animals and cards here. I'm not a guy who usually upgrades association. I've tried doing it more lately, but I think my standard way of playing is just cards and animals here. And that's what I do. And yeah, now we get our cards. Let's have a look at JD's action cards first. He took the marking animals card and the sponsors. Discard 1 sponsor card to take 1 sponsor card. So I think he's a good enough player to abuse this. We will probably see it in the game. And now let's look at our hands. We get favorite zoo, good old favorite zoo, and specialized habitat zoo, where you choose 1 continent icon you did not support as a base conservation project and gain CP for those icons. So I'm only a few games in Marine Worlds, but I think this is quite hard. Usually you want to play continents for base projects. So those continents are already out of the calculation here. And there's only, obviously there is some games where you just abuse, I don't know, expert on Asia or Africa and yeah, go for a Rhino project outside of the base cons projects and you have some continent icons, but then you need 5 or 6 to make that card really shine. And often, if you're not really playing towards it, you're ending up with only 3 or 4 continent icons. So I think it can be situationally good if it's one of those games where you accidentally do it. But seeing favorite zoo here, it's probably better. And we do have export in Asia in the starting hand, actually. We do have 2 Australian animals, which is quite interesting. Usually 4 or 5 Australia is hard to get, but if you start with 2 and get a partner zoo for the 3rd tag already, it's doable. And Baboon Rock Not the greatest fan of primates, but if it's base project and we start with Baboon Rock, could be an interesting monkey game. And we also have 2 monkeys here in hand. So kind of an interesting decision here. I think Expert on Asia is actually not that interesting, although it's a very good card in your starting hand. Reptile Management Plan. I like the management plans, the new projects here, where you need 2 icons, not like the, it's not called breeding program, right? No, it's called breeding program, where you need the partner zoo for an animal tag. But here we don't have any path to reptiles, so not interesting for us. And sponsorship primates, a little bit of income, but we have better cards here to keep. So I think I'm gonna skip this. So we have to decide, do we want to go full monkey and take only 1 Australian animal, or maybe skip 1 monkey? We are on Research Institute, so we don't even need the Africa requirement or the monkey requirement, although we probably want the Baboon Rock to go down first here. But I think, and that's what I remember, I think I'm skipping 1 monkey here, because they are both large animals, pretty hard to get out early, pretty expensive motherfuckers. And after Primates 2, which we will hopefully get, could even go for it round 1. It's nice to have another path for Australia already lined up. So I think this is what I'd go for. Obviously, the pack synergy with the sea lion is not that good because we don't have any predators yet, but we could still be going for predators, which is also a base project. So I think it's a reasonable keep here. And I did remember this correctly. And all right, we have Snapping Prio. And there's quite some interesting cards. We have Explorer, just very strong card early on. Project, not too interesting for us, but scary for the opponent. Monkey, just nice cheap monkey for our Baboon Rock. And Sun Bear, just arguably best card in the game. And handy Predator tag. So yeah, let's see what I do. I do snap the Explorer. Yeah, totally reasonable, I think. Oh, Primate Breeding, actually interesting as a follow-up project maybe. And JD builds an aquarium, small one, probably for the Sun Bear. Looks like he played it here. Yes. And he takes a Sun Bear. Couldn't really deny that if we go for Explorer. And just the first thing I really hate with Marine Worlds, underwater tunnel with the wave icon splashes away the monkey. I would have liked to play later, or maybe even instead of the brown spider monkey. So yeah, really annoying sometimes. You see a card in folder 1 or folder 2 and make your plans around it, and suddenly wave appears and just throws the card out of the river. Very hard to plan with the cards here. And very unlucky, I think. I mean, the opponent can't really plan it, obviously, but sometimes he can really mess up your plans just by taking a card's action, and maybe you can sometimes just draw cards and hope to get rid of some other cards that your opponent might want to have. Just pray for a white wave icon and gone they are. But yeah, so now I could go for America's Partner Zoo, eyeing the Primate Breeding Program here. X-Spec build for for Baboon Rock next action, or maybe even build for an X token. If we play Baboon Rock first, we have the requirement we need, so we don't have to start here. That's what I do. I just build a 4 size up here. Usually not where I want to start, but I think with Baboon Rock and the X token, it's a reasonable action to do. And JD takes hand size, so probably showing a short round here. He wants a short round. So I do start with a partner zoo, and yeah, America is nice, I think. I like breeding programs and maybe even do this before Primates 2, if we can get our hands on it. But JD can cost a break now next action and does snap the Bavarian National Park. So yeah, I have no other choice than playing the Baboon Rock. I can't play animals yet, but at least 2 tickets. And let's see. He can discard 1 sponsor card now and snap the underwater tunnel, which should be interesting for him with aquarium already built. Also could connect or work his way towards the uni because you place the underwater tunnel on 2 water spaces. And he does it and causes the break. So we have to discard 1 card. Ooh. Probably sea lion is better because it's double project, but hawkfish is a reef animal, and in marine worlds, reef animals can just be very strong and you can abuse the reef effects. So I'm interested what I did here. I do discard the predator. Okay, now look, this is also a moment where I'm just scared in the expansion. The card I want is in folder 1 now, and there could be a wave icon in the break and yeah, throw it out of the row. So yeah, I should really aim to get it as fast as I can. But I can probably start with brown spider monkey. Yeah, or even I do have the snapping cards action, so maybe it's just right to snap it right away. But quite sure I don't do it. I'm not used to the special action cards yet. So very nice brown spider monkey. Well, actually now JD knows that I have everything lined up for the breeding program, so probably would have been way better to snap it before. Just in case he could deny it. But he just takes a uni. Yeah, he always takes the sea animals uni here. And let's see what he gets. First upgrade, animals. And the sand tiger shark, which is a really scary card. Can I see a preview of it, please? Okay, unfortunately I can't. But yeah, large animal, 4 size or even 5 size takes up a lot of space in the aquarium. But also, I don't know, some nice appeal and once or twice shark attack. So attack a card here in reputation range and you get half the appeal for it. And also conference on Australia here on display. Very, very good card. People on the Discord rate it very highly. I've not played it often because most of the time you don't go for Australia icons, but here with Australia as a base project could be a very strong card. So you can basically replace standard enclosures in your zoo with an enclosure that is 1 size larger. You do have to be careful because, for example, if I want to replace this 4 size, the 5 size has to go like this here. So just additionally cover the wrap here. You cannot place the building a little different because you have to cover with the larger enclosure all of the old enclosure. So the first time I played this card, I thought, oh, okay, I can place the 5 size, I don't know, like this here, cover two different spots, but you really can only cover one more spot and all the other spots have to be covered by the old building. I guess it's logical like that, but you have to bear in mind this. And if it's this enclosure is already occupied, you get something, right? No, you don't. Yeah, you gain 2 appeal, sorry. I just missed the text there. And yeah, and the end game is also nice. If you go for Australian animals, you might pouch some cards with kangaroo, koala, wombat, and so on. And then you get up to maximum of 5 appeal from it. Or maybe... I didn't even know that. If you release an animal into the wild that had a pouched card or sent the expert on Australia on an expedition, their pouched cards do not count anymore. Okay, yeah, obviously. With the expansion, Ark added a little number here if you pouch a card. And obviously, if you release this card, then also the number is gone and it doesn't count for conference on Australia anymore. But enough yapping about it. What do I do with the cards action here? I think I'm going for the primate breeding program. I don't have another good way of getting it. Could build a petting zoo here, but I've not been building a lot of empty petting zoos lately, so probably just snap it. Yeah, I do. And JD plays animals. And this animal he just played is one of the best early game animals, I think, because you get an extra shift so he can get his worker back, which is especially very nice early in the game. And he plays this animal every game I play against him. It's really a meme between us already. He always finds it, he always plays it. So yeah. But actually I noticed he already took 2 unis manually. So Sam wouldn't be proud. He's always ranting about people that do this on Research Institute because the 3rd uni is not really interesting. You might argue that 3rd uni, even if you don't get CP for it, is more interesting in Marine Worlds because usually in base game, the 3rd uni, the 2 science uni was not really beneficial. But now you get another uni, so the 3rd uni would be probably science 2 rep, which is at least some benefit. But yeah, looking at the 8 CP uni here, he has to be careful if he can even take it. Or we can plan to get it for basically for free. And he can mark a card, which is the raccoon. Nice card generically and also predator. So I build first. Aquarium for the hawkfish. Actually, wrong placement. Would have been better to place it like this maybe. So I can cover the uni with the posturing from the hawkfish. Not sure what I was thinking there. Next action, we want to support the breeding program, and JD just goes ahead and slams down a large aquarium. So he's gonna be abusing his reef abilities probably. Yeah, primate breeding comes down. Very nice. Some rep. And 2 size bonus, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've been playing around a little bit when playing JD for Marine Worlds. I mean, everything is, or a lot of things are new, so why not try some different strategies? not really obvious to go for 2 sizes here, but probably I don't want to upgrade build this game because usually it's my first upgrade or one of my first upgrades, and I upgrade sponsors here for Explorer. And also I think with Marine Worlds, if you are incentivized to place 2 special enclosures like the aquariums, you don't really need upgraded build. At least if you go for sea animals. And I do take the Science 2 Rep Uni from the ground here, probably to deny it from JD maybe, because he has his worker back. But yeah, hand size would have been nice as well, but it gets me another upgrade, so probably wanted this. I do upgrade sponsors and animals. Yeah. Animals also are special action cards, so now we can start to pay money for more appeal, although we don't have a lot of money yet, but maybe with Explorer and upgraded sponsors we will have money to abuse it a little bit. So JD just goes ahead and takes a partner zoo, Asia. So yeah, just very nice for him to get this extra shift, because he can start with partner zoos and get his upgrades. And we play Explorer probably here, and we do get some money so that the Hawkfish is playable. So very nice combo here that we can play animals this round. Not enough to pay additional 2 money for 1 more appeal though. Could play the raccoon. So with marked animals, you get, or the one who marked the animal gets 2 money if it's played or drawn. And if it just falls out of the row, you get it into your hand, or JD in this case. But I do play the Hawkfish. More interesting here. Oh, actually, I'm stupid. I get money from Explorer, which I then can use for my special ability. And kiosk for some income. Yeah, now no cards in hand. But JD gives us time to take a cards action. He plays spokesperson and does not discard a card to snap up a card, or can he only do this if he breaks? I think the dotted line on the blue card, sorry, means that you can always do it, no matter if you play a sponsor card or break for money. Only on the right side, on the upgraded card, you have to break to get the marketing. So, but I take a cards action here, probably from deck. We need some cards. Okay, that was a little bit quick. Zebra here, very nice card, but not really playable. Triggerfish, very nice for aquarium, we already have. And taper, yeah. Maybe Zebra was better. But now I'm causing the break here. Don't really have anything to do. And JD has to discard 1 card. And gets the raccoon. Geological appears, and Dusky Leaf Monkey, which is obviously interesting still for us with monkeys as a project and Baboon Rock. And a little bit of an odd 2 size placement. But I think with 2 sizes, I do want to leave space for those 2 sizes. So I didn't want to place it, I don't know, like this on the 1 rep and leave 1 space open here. But I also wanted to connect the kiosk. to get some income if I play an animal here. Questionable, but yeah. As I said, I'm still trying out things with the 2 size income. And JD goes ahead with sea animals. Compass jellyfish, very beautiful illustration, I think. And he can discard up to 2 cards for the glide ability. And for each sea animal icon, he gets effects which are rep to appeal or kiosk. The ability is quite strong, I think. But also, if you've started playing sea animals, you usually don't want to discard them. So I'm not quite sure how often you can use the ability. Let's see if he can. He does one time and builds a kiosk for the 3rd uni. So we're basically guaranteed the uni at 8 CP. And gets another worker from it, together with his spokesperson, and again, of course, marking the Komodo dragon. Interesting. I think the monkey is the better choice here, but also we can't be too harsh here on both players because we just played, or we just, yeah, binged some Marine Worlds games. Both players not really focused, just trying out new things. And I think you can see how I try out new things. I only have one sea animal, so not really sensible to place a large aquarium for 10 money right now. But I do have my problems playing sea animals. I'm just so used to the base game that I always see the routes with base animals, base cards. So I wanted to force myself into playing sea animals, and maybe this was a move to support that. JD, I almost forgot it. Snapped up Bavarian Forest National Park to release the compass jellyfish now. Very nice timing to get the ×2 on sponsors, probably because he's out of money. Yeah. And draws 1 card from deck. Interesting. So JD doesn't go for a conference on Australia as well. I mean, yeah, we still have 2 icons if we take the partner zoo eventually. So it's still a long way to 4 or 5, and yeah, not really use for the conference on Australia at the moment as well. Could upgrade this 4 size to a 5 size. Yeah, probably now I'm just supporting primates. 2 rep for another worker, although it will be broken away probably. And I take snapping for Dusky Leaf, which I like very much. And we get an octopus, which might be interesting for the aquarium we just speculatively threw down. And side entrance, maybe not too interesting at this point in the game. Maybe for JD, teleport to the other side of the map and to the research institute. But he does take a cards action first. Okay. Interesting. Maybe he wants to use his worker or wants to find some sponsor cards because he gets marketing from breaking, and he takes research with his free science tags. But he lets me play animals, so not too sure about the move if he doesn't use his worker now, but decides to break. So I could play the octopus from range actually. Not enough money for octopus and triggerfish. Maybe with explorer 14 plus 13, 27. No, not enough money. So yeah, I don't even care about sea animals. Play the monkey here for some nice appeal. And even use my special action card. And I clever down build. Yeah. Always nice feeling to clever down build if you do not upgrade it and you have two sizes. Yeah, and JD goes ahead and breaks. Discards one card for marketing. Does he have to discard a card? Yeah, discard one card for marketing and place the underwater tunnel. And another break probably. Can he do marketing again? No. Uses his clever and snapping. So the management plan, primate management plan is interesting project for us. Clownfish, obviously very strong animal because he just gives you plain appeal for a reef ability. So if that's your first animal and you play some more reef animals, you get 2 appeal every time, which could add up to easy 6, 8, or 10 appeal just from the clownfish reef ability here. And he's from Australia as well. So yeah, interesting decision. I like the project more here, I think. Yes. And 2 size, still not going for the rep up here. Not sure about that actually. And now I take an animals action. Maybe for, I don't even know why I did this. Maybe for the octopus? No. Okay, for the clownfish. Ooh. I think I was very scared of JD playing the clownfish and triggering the extra shift, but he didn't even use his worker. So that's a questionable move. Spend an X token to play animals here. I don't know. Okay, I do get a clever from the pavilion. And play the triggerfish here. Okay, interesting. I blocked the 2 size spot here now. Didn't want the rep yet because I don't have upgraded cards. Okay, now it makes sense. And get aquarium here. I mean, I could have just taken Australia Partner Zoo for cards upgrade. Maybe play this a little bit slower. Feels like a little bit rushed. But let's see how it turns out. And I clever down build once more. Now I'm actually very broke. And we get 3 waves in a row. Pretty unlikely. Suddenly native seabirds is in folder 1. Another Australian sea animal. So actually I might have to check how many Australian sea animals are in the expansion. And another sea animal here, so not bad with the speculative aquarium we have. But JD just plays all or 2 of them. No, I think he played 1 and took 1 from range. Actually, what I just noticed, I'm at 39 points with JD sitting in at 8 points. So really nice point lead I have here. Also income lead, so pretty good situation I'm in. And now I do cards. So I was really scared that JD plays the clownfish while I prioritized the animal's action. And that's not the best card's action here. Australia, at least. Not playable yet. Okay, well, it's a monkey. And we do want monkeys for a baboon rock. So Taper is leaving. Yeah. I mean, we have 2 sizes ready, so not quite sure if Taper is the right discard, but I think I was still thinking about for Australia here, and if we play the monitor, then the Rock Python gets playable. JD takes 2 rep here, one of JD's classic moves. But very interesting with the Asoj card at 5. And I do play the aquarium. Maybe was hoping for the end game, but map is looking pretty compromised already. We do have space for a 4 size for the Duke here, maybe. But if aquarium goes something like here, we basically don't have any space for large enclosures anymore. And native lizards from the deck, not playable. JD sponsors 7 for Quarantine Lab. Takes Tech Institute, but plays Marine Research Expedition. So let's have a look at this card. Basically, you get Science Tech and Sea Animal Tech for it, and every time you play a Sea Animal Tech, you can either scuba dive, so like hunting, but for sponsor cards, or go on an expedition, which means you discard one of the person sponsor cards you already played and get 1 CP for it. So for JD, Quarantine Lab is not a person sponsor card, although there is a person in the lab, but the lab itself is not a person. Spokesperson could be a reasonable discard because you usually want the rep early, and he is already at 13. Also, something new, we got another CP track bonus, so to say, on the rep track. Can be very interesting if you rush up the rep track, or if it's like a uni or partner zoo and you get it late in the game for the CP bonus. And he does decide to go for a scuba dive here. Keeps release of patents, still playable for him. And native farm animals appear. Well, basically native seabirds also playable for him. He is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because he blocked those 2 off. And yeah, native farm animals. Yeah, probably a little bit late in the game, but I'm not gonna spoil or anything here. I just go ahead with the primate management plan. Well, the problem with the management plans is the bonuses you can get through it are not the best. You get 2 CP, which is nice, and for the primate management plan on the in the bottom right corner, you get a clever, and you can then decide to get another clever, 1 rep for every 2 science tags you have, or just search for a monkey. So I'm going for a monkey here because I do have baboon rock in play, and playable animals are not bad for me. Maybe just one of those 2 size monkeys. But we unfortunately get free range New World monkeys, which is not a good card and not playable. But with the clever, we clever down cards. I don't have hand size, I think, yeah. And we probably want to build a 4 size for the Duke this round, so not clevering down build this time. JD now takes America's Partner Zoo for a Soch upgrade. So he's at 4 upgrades and we're sitting at 2 upgrades. Yeah, just went for projects all game long. Breeding program, management plan, base primate program. Yeah. We will get the uni here on 8 CP for at least one upgrade. Partner Zoo, not quite sure if we're going for Australia still. Yeah, just go ahead and build the 4 size now. Yeah, unfortunately no playable animals. Or not enough money to play them at least. And still no cards upgrade, so we're sitting at 9 rep here for a pretty long time. And JD triggers his Reef abilities, gets an extra shift. Very strong. And even trades 1 X token for 5 money. And because he played a sea animal tag, he can now go on an expedition. And again, for a scuba dive, gets Science Lab, which is a pretty strong card. With 5 signs already. So if he plays it, he has 2 CP safe. And he plays Raccoon. Very nice with the extra shift because he can boost up Soch to 5. And marks the Shoebill and the Flamingo. So we do take time for Australia here. Upgrade cards finally to get some rep here. Also, don't forget we have favorite zoo. So maybe should have focused on rep a little bit more. And as I said here with Specialized Habitat Zoo, right now we are at free Australia for 1 CP only. And that's only because we didn't support it here. So as soon as we support Australia, it's not eligible anymore for Specialized Habitat Zoo. And then we're at 2 Americas the most for no CP. So even at 9 rep, favorite zoo is just better. And JD did take research earlier. Very nice project for him. Also to catch up a little bit in points. And yeah, we have to discard Specialized Habitat Zoo here. JD gets 10 money and can donate. Yeah, very nice actions. Maybe I gave him too much time in this round because we've been sitting in the round not doing very good stuff. Building 4 size, getting Partner Zoo just for an upgrade. So we do want to break, and that's why we take a cards action here probably. Oh my god. Dugong with Aquarium in play and Australia as a base project. That's a heartbreak actually, because we certainly cannot fit a 5 size next to 2 water in our completely compromised, no upgraded build zoo. And Conference on Europe, not very interesting. And JD goes ahead and plays native farm animals for appeal. Not the way you usually play the card. But looking at his map, you do have to notice that he has a lot of uncovered spaces still. And after all, you get 1 CP for every 6 uncovered spaces in your zoo. So you might go this tactic here. And I probably just caused the break here, although we have to discard a lot of cards, but they're just not good for us. Unplayable, unplayable, not interesting, unplayable. So basically we can just discard all of this. Yeah. I don't know why I keep the Dugong here. Maybe diversity researcher, but not very likely. And Rock Monitor could be interesting for some money. And 2 size just here. Yeah, Lion. Pretty scary with Predators as a base project, but none of us really went for Predators here, and JD gets double clever from the left side here. Something I should take way more often than I do. And starts with basic research from display. Very nice for him, still under 25 appeal for 4 CP. So very unusual game for JD, I think, but really shows that he knows the game. If you're not high in appeal, you can abuse something like native farm animals and basic research here. Taco here on display, very nice with 2 CP, last worker on Research Institute. Both a little bit away from it still. But finally we get to play some animals. Get a llama, but I do go for the Ghoul's Monitor here into the 4 size. Interesting, because I do value for Australia higher than the Duke. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. Also, Monitor is more or less the same in appeal because we get Explorer value from it. Doesn't trigger Baboon Rock like the Duke would have done, but enables for Australia. So I think it's not the thing you want to do, but with our current map state, probably reasonable. And basically the aquarium here is not really used to its full extent. So it was speculative, but I think it really harms me now at the end of the game because I don't have much space left and didn't even see any sea animals for a long time. Find a petting zoo and reptile breeding. So reptile breeding is very nice because it's playable with the monitor. And now I go ahead to play the llama also for some explorer points. Could have thought about the rock monitor, but we don't really need the money for mediocre animals we have in hand. And yeah, so now with all this money, it's actually very nice to have the upgraded animals special card, because it lets me pay a lot of money for appeal. And JD takes Europe partner zoo, which should be scary. I do go ahead and snap the taco, so probably do want to go for the last worker this game. And another reefer sea animal for JD. Scuba dive not successful. Get some digging. Trades again for... What did he do? Actually pays 5 money for an X token. And gets an extra shift, obviously. Another sea animal. And now he's going on an expedition for 1 CP. Very nice. Digging again. And does not trade, obviously. Marks the lion. So 64 to 61 points, but we have 35 money. Unfortunately, not really a lot of animals to play. Maybe it's reasonable to play the shoe bill and the rock monitor just to use our enclosures and the money. But we also have 2 projects to support. So yeah, I do go ahead and support the reptile breeding program first. Very nice. X token back. 1 CP for uni. And here I take the predator uni. I do remember typing in the chat that I wanted a sunbear here, but we also remember that JD took it earlier, so not quite sure why I did take this uni. At the same time, all the other unis don't really do much. 1 rep. Not too important at this stage of the game. So yeah, just hoping maybe for a shark here. I think there's 2 sharks. Upgrade a Soch. Very nice for 1 or 2 donations later. And tiger. So now we have a nice way to to play on here. We can play Taco for 2 CP, play some animals from range. But JD makes really nice use of his card. He just breaks free. Not really sensible move usually in the base game, but if you get a marketing for it with this card, it's very nice to get money and get a sponsor plate. And that's his 2 CP Science Lab. So I play the Taco. Definitely worth it for 2 CP Last Worker and endgame already reached. And I do hope that I play animals now. Yeah. So yeah, very nice, getting close to 100 here. Play a shoe bill. He can have his 2 money, but I get a lot of explorer points and pay money for additional appeal. So now I'm at 88 points, and I do have Australia lined up to cross. Unfortunately, we're at 7 out of 9 for the break, so JD can cause the break here. Otherwise, I think it would be pretty comfortable here, my position. Yeah, so obviously he does break. And yeah, I mean, it was the right thing to do to not spend an X token here for the animals actions. So I have a Soch ready to support another project, but still with favorite zoo, maybe hoping to get to 15 and another CP. But I think I just settled with the free CP here because I didn't think I'd be getting to 15. So JD can play Tech Institute with his break action again. So very nice just to get all these sponsor cards out with marketing. And takes a sea turtle. Probably nice animal to partner up with his Sunbeer. And I mean, we don't really have anything to do. We get a 2 size. We can snap up one of the animals. Get a mandrill here from the card draw, which obviously would have been crazy nice for us with his 2 primate tags for additional appeal, but not playable at this point in the game. Snap the red panda, and yeah, we don't have anything to do here. Probably every action we give JD is better for him than for us. Could play the red panda for 6, then we're 94. Sea turtle is too much appeal, because then we'd cross at exactly 100. But we probably want to... I mean, this way we only end at 103. So let's see if there was another way. Maybe play 1 animal to get some more points. But still, we do have a pretty confident point lead here. Aquarium was pretty useless this game. Baboon Rock, obviously not the end game here. So we got Taco and 3 from Favorite Zoo. But JD, pretty scary. You're 2 CP from Science Lab, 1 CP from Tech Institute. This is 5 appeal because it's connected to both other aquariums. Habitats also fulfilled, and native farm is also a lot of points here. And if he partners this with naturalist zoo, his end games are just through the roof. So let's see. Does spend an X token for 1 appeal. Scarlet macaw. Okay, not the scariest animal. But he should have a sunbeer, right? Oh, he doesn't have a sunbeer. Discarded it. That's pretty tough. But yeah. Let's see if it's enough here. It's not. We lose by 3 points. JD got 4 CP from native farm and 4 CP from specialized species zoo. So one animal category icon you did not support as a base project. Just basically the same as specialized habitats. But he has 7 sea animals, so very nice card with sea animals, I think. Because if you play them, you want to play lots of them. And if they're not a base project, you just get a lot of CP here. So yeah, crazy game. Shows you how you can play the game as well. Don't even care about the institute. Don't care about building a lot. Just get 2, 3, 4, 5 CP, which equals 20 points. No, 15 points, and 5 appeal from this sponsor for 20 points, and another 15 points. 12 points, I'm sorry. 12 points from specialized species, and just turn around the game this way. So yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the game. I'm not too sad that I didn't win here. Just a practice game, and I think I did quite some big mistakes here with the aquarium. I didn't even have animals for. Found way better animals later with the dugong, mandrill. But still not a bad game also from my side. It was a 29 turn game. You can't see here, but I checked before choosing the game. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. And I will probably review more Marine Worlds games against JD. Bye bye.